All right. So this is Mike Craig, and he is the host of our student housing. And I wanted to find out a little bit from Mike, why do you love to help support our summer camp every year?
Yeah, for me, we host like a range of different guests who visit Guelph, and I just love, all the different kinds of people, meeting them. And I particularly appreciate the students because they're at that stage in their life where they're learning, new things, they're creative, and to create an environment that is safe for them and also has a chance for them to connect and, bond with each other is also, I come from a background in education, and I taught outdoor ed for many years, and that really is my passion. And so that, it kind of is a vehicle now for providing spaces for people to meet and day that also allows them to connect.
It's nice. Well, we're so glad that you host our students every year and provide a safe home. And you guys have a fantastic property manager, Deb Lamb, who acts like a dead mom to our kids. And she makes these amazing meals. And, and I think it's kind of interesting that you have created a whole community. Like, you're not just an Airbnb owner. You create a community within Guelph, providing healthy food security. And can you tell us just a little bit about the community that you represent? It's not just like a typical Airbnb. You got a little bit of something special, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about Deb Lamb too, and why you find her special, and she's kind of part of your family almost. Can you tell us just a bit about that? Because I think it's kind of nice for parents to know, especially when they're sending their kids away, that, and they find out that we're not, like, that the residence isn't on the same site as our camp, and they feel a little bit apprehensive. Well, what is that going to be? And then once the students meet Deb and you, I think they feel that sense of comfort that this is a really wholesome home environment and that they're part of a community. It's a little bit more than just some place to sleep. Can you comment something on that for us?
Yeah, so one of the parts is that, we are using our spaces to create community. And so we have a range of different kinds of spaces for people to stay in, from beds in shared rooms, kind of like a hostel style, all the way to private rooms, to 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. And really it's all in properties that are in our neighborhood. So we've partnered with people and we've purchased properties all in the neighborhood as a vehicle to have like awesome places for people to stay. And what's happened is that it's created a really, I guess, positive places that people want to stay in. And we have like a 0 vacancy rate because there's like a wait list all through word of mouth of people who want their private spaces, but also want the option to connect with community. And we've partnered with a farm, so Zocalo delivers their weekly food CSA to our driveway. So that becomes the heart of 50 families that are members of the CSA that come to pick up their food. But every Wednesday, some of those families stay and come into our backyard, and the kids play and the adults talk, and we have a potluck and people share food. And so it becomes this animated, vibrant, natural space. It really turns our backyard into like a public, like almost like the commons in England, where there's a whole bunch of people using it, which makes us really happy. And so then the actual rooms and the spaces where people stay become ways to be part of that community. And the cool thing I like about it is that there's so many different ways to access it. So if someone wants to stay for a year or 3 years, there's long-term leases. But if someone is coming for the organic conference or a course or something shorter, that they can still access that community for a night or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then Deb becomes, you know, a very central pillar to all of that working, because she hosts the house where the students stay. We call it the Purple Cow. It's from a Seth Godin book about, you know, remarkable, unique ideas. He passed a herd of cows in a field that the Purple Cow would stand out. And this is a standard average suburban home in downtown Guelph, but we're, you know, being creative in how we're using it to host different people at different times. And Deb is the, like you said, she's like the den mother who coordinates everything. And so the place really wouldn't work without her. She is, you know, she's the one who cleans, who pays attention, who organizes people, who coordinates the space, who sets the context for it to be safe. And she also does all the turnovers for Airbnb and provides the meals. So she's there all the time and she loves it. Like, this is really part of her life purpose, is to host and serve. She loves providing that kind of environment for people. So it's such a win-win, because the students get this really safe, nurturing, caring environment. And she also loves being able to provide that for them. So it really is like a win-win.
Yeah, it's so great. And all the students always say how much they love her, and they're hugging by the time they leave. But I think it's a really cool thing that you've created, because some of the families in your area, you've opened up your backyards to each other. You've got like farming in your backyard, kids play together. You've got this backyard bok box where you have this backyard chickens kind of program you're part of, you know, and bringing in the community supported agriculture. And so, you know, our students eat really well. I mean, the meals are really good quality food, a lot of it organic, probably, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the part of the intention, is to connect urban and rural, so that we have backyard chickens with local eggs. My son loves, you know, it's his favorite thing. He wakes up early and runs out to gather to see how many eggs there are. And then growing food in our garden. And then we're also mixing that with areas for kids to play. So we have a zip line and a trampoline. So kids can play, and it's also very natural. So they have, you know, in the middle of the city, there's a rural urban farm, and a place for kids to engage and have fun, which the great thing about that is that then the adults can talk and connect and also build those kinds of relationships, which sounds simple, but it's often, you know, when parents are trying to manage their kids, that they aren't able to then talk with other parents and other adults.
Yeah, so, you know, that's what I'm saying, that it's so much more than an Airbnb typical place, because they're coming into this whole community, this sense of warmth. And so I think that's why parents really feel comfortable sending their kids to our residential program, and, you know, just knowing that it's going to be like that. And I thought it would just be nice to talk with you a little bit, so that they can kind of have that sense that this is a comfortable and safe and nurturing environment for their kids to stay in. And then I provide transportation from your home to the studios. And and Deb manages more than one property for you. So the Airbnb house that our students stay in isn't your home, but it's nearby your home. And Deb's part of sort of your family and helps provide food for your kids too sometimes, as well as the people staying in your homes, depending on the program of what somebody wants. I mean, you can have complete independence too, but I like that support she provides. So thanks for taking a few minutes out so that the parents and kids can kind of get a sense of who the host of the home is. We'll see if we can talk Deb into talking to us, but I don't know, is she kind of video camera shy maybe, or doesn't seem like the tech lady? She's like down to earth, you know?
Yeah, she'd give you some written answers.
Written answers, okay. But she's a lovely person, and I'm sure you enjoy her, and that's why. How long have you had Deb with you?
A great question. I think it's been three or 4 years now.
Yeah. So she'll be living in the home, staying overnight with the kids. And she makes sure she's there when they're there, and she makes them breakfast and dinner. And of course, she's got lots of responsibilities during the day, but our kids are drawing most of the time, and there's 3 classes a day. But she's just been really helpful, or if somebody's not feeling well, you know, she'll make sure she's available to help them. So she's just a lovely person. So
yeah, and put in that, I mean, I taught high school for 17 years.
Oh wow.
And so I'm an educator at heart, and you know, worked with, you know, kids from grade 5 up to grade 12. And so I changed to be an Airbnb host to spend more time with my kids and really be able to create more local community. But it's such a great match to have, you know, an educational program that's creative and is inspiring kids, and to match it with us who are hosting. But that really is my passion as well. So I just wanted to make sure to know that too.
That's great. Well, thanks, Mike, for your time and sharing your thoughts about why you like to support. So, and we just appreciate that you block off the time for us and our students, and you're flexible with us so that we know we have a safe place for our students, and we don't leave it up to chance. So we so appreciate your cooperation with our summer camp every year. So thanks, Mike, and I hope you have a great day, and please say hello to Deb and your family.
All right.
Bye for now.